Alright, we're kicking off in 1 minute. Let me know how everything sounds and looks, because I'm still kind of worried, even though it looks like it's steady on my end. I have 0 drop frames, and unfortunately I cannot see anything of what I'm actually looking like, so we'll see. 1 minute. What's up, everybody? Happy Monday. I hope you guys have had a good Monday. My Monday has been pretty good, pretty low-key, pretty laid back, pretty relaxed. Hopefully yours has been as well. I'm going to move this light a little closer to me. How do I sound on your end, everybody? Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh, no, we're okay. I didn't knock this soda over. It just sounded like I knocked this soda over, when in fact it was empty from the beginning. All right, tell me how it sounds, how it looks. I'm not going to sit here and do like a giant intro if it's going to look terrible. That would be bad. For some reason, I wish I could show you this. It says, looking at my portion of the screen on the stream, it says, an error occurred. Please try again later. And it happened like this for like 30 minutes before I actually started, stream, or I guess when I started streaming. It was going like this for a while. So I have no idea what I look like. I apologize if it is pixelated, but for some reason, this is the exact stream where I have dropped 0 frames and I have ultra low latency on. So it took 11 weeks, but here we are. We've arrived. We've arrived. I'm going to slide this forward. Maybe it's a YouTube thing. Maybe YouTube is just messed up today. I wish we had more people, but here's the cool thing. All right, 5 of us, that's okay. But here's the cool thing. We have like 15 to 16 votes on the super rare ranking. So check this out. We are doing 2 sets. We're finishing it out. We are finishing Modern Age. We have gone all the way from, as of today, gone all the way from War of Light, Amazing Spider-Man, Faerun Under Siege, run all through all of them, all the way to Thor. And that's pretty awesome, because what we're going to do after that, we'll talk about in a little bit. After we talk through the rankings for the Amazing Spider-Man and War of Light sets, which is what we're doing today, we're going to jump in and craft the final 2 characters of the Fantastic Four theme pack. Okay, we have Invisible Woman was the very first one we did. We have Thing, which we haven't seen since AVX, some really cool Thing cards that we created. Human Torch, haven't seen him since AVX. We haven't seen Mr. Fantastic since UXM? No, AVX. Yeah. And then we got Doctor Doom and Galactus, and now we're going to finish this out with Doombots. Okay, so we need 3 variants of a Doombot, and Silver Surfer as a bad guy, so that you can have like 4 bad guys versus 4 good guys. So that is what we're going to do, and it's going to be a ton of fun. I am super pumped to finish off this set. I think it's going to be really cool, and we'll talk about what we'll do with it after we finish it off. So first things first, let me post these links to you so that you can have access to it. If you have not voted on ranking the super rare sets, or the sets of super rare cards from the Amazing Spider-Man set and the War of Light set, let me post the links. It's funny, I finished this, this is like the last week, and I totally found a good system that I should have started with via Google Forms. I don't know why I didn't think about using Google Forms in the first place. It makes literally the most sense, and yet it just Didn't even get it. I don't understand. It was very strange. No, scratch that. Get shareable link. That's what I want. Okay. Thank you. Here we go with Amazing Spider-Man. So while I'm talking, feel free, if you have not voted, to pop your votes in. All the cards are shown on the page. That's awesome. I'm super pumped about that. I'm really sad that I didn't figure this out until the last week of doing it, but it makes it extremely nice to just pop in some votes. There we go. There we go. So feel free to vote if you wish to rank the super rares. What we're going to do after we rank these super rares is what I'm going to do is take all of the links that you can vote. In fact, I'll probably make like a bunch more of these spreadsheets. Take all of the possible votes that we've received and mishmash them all together, get an average for each super rare card, and then we can talk about whether or not we want to like March Madness style put seedings together, which isn't necessarily the best system for ranking cards, but it would be fun. 404 error. Oh my gosh. That didn't work at all. Let me open it. Let me just open it and get the link from there. Anyway, we can do March Madness style since it's March, and I don't know if anyone's following March Madness, but it has been pretty crazy. Okay, try this link. See if this works. Yeah, this one works. That's the one. Or we can just pair like rankings to create a tier list, which I think would be cool. I'm a big fan of tier lists. Here we go for the copy. Copy. Boom. Show me what you got. Try both of those. Those should function. And if they don't, let me know. Nevertheless, I think we need to find an ultimate winner. The #1 most powerful super rare. I think that's what we need. And don't just say Yanti, because Yanti may not be the ultimate #1 most powerful super rare. She's certainly up there because she was ranked #1 within her set. But we could take all the #1s and kind of compare them and parse them out. Or we could take like statistically, I think the way that you would do this is you take like all of the ones and you run them against each other. And then you take like the bottom one of the ones and like the top 3 twos and like 2, 3, something like that is how you end up doing it statistically. If you care about that. Nothing without cube. And that's why I think Yanti Super Rare is not the best super rare in modern age ever printed. I mean, she kind of is right now in the meta, but only because of cube. So there's that. All right, so I am going to turn off of my face so that you don't have to stare at me constantly. I will go to this screen. Now you can just look at me, you know, with a side-eyed glance. Oh, he's down there. And you can check out the chat, and I'm going to pop in. What is this? Whee! Nothing. It's gone. I'm going to pop in a window so that you can kind of see what I see and the rankings therein. Let's see if there's gotten any more rankings. Refresh. Yeah, this is really, really close this week. Looking at both of these sets, I don't expect to get them anymore. Oh man. Okay, I gotta refix all the formatting. Dang it. Dang it. There. Post that there. Post that there. Looking at all the votes, it's pretty bonkers how close these cards are all ranked. There's no clear-cut #1. Everything is between like a 3.2 and a 5.9 for the Amazing Spider-Man set, which says something about the quality or like the power level of these cards, because really there's not a lot of powerful super rares in these sets, really at all. That says something about the quality of the cards. What did I just do there? But it also says that we value different things for different reasons, which is cool. All right, delete all this junk so that you can easily see what I see. Window. So I would do all this beforehand, but I can't because that's just how it goes. Window capture. Pow. Let's pop this onto the screen so you can see what I'm looking at. Make it big so that you can extra see what I'm looking at. That fits all 8 super rares. How nice is that? Look at that. Okay, here are the rankings for the War of Light set. I'll make him even bigger, see if I can. Almost squeeze it all on there. Almost all on one screen. So here's the responses that I've gotten. A lot of people chiming in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got all 8 shown on screen. So here's what we have so far up until this point, and I imagine that we've all kind of done our voting. Yeah, so refreshing changes and nothing. So let's take a look at what we think for the super rares from the War of Light set. Okay, so just so you know, it was hard to. Yes, it was. Spider-Man was very hard to rank for me too. They don't seem great. They don't seem terrible. They just kind of seem middle of the road, just like you said. So Black Lantern, Aquaman, a lot of 3s, a couple of 4s. So really dead center, right at 4. Then we have Black Lantern, Batman, which is that really cool global. 5.1875. I'm not going to go into the details there. Look at this, 4.8 for Black Lantern, Superman. 5.7. Rounded up, 5.7 for Black Lantern, Wonder Woman. The Lantern Battery coming in first place with 2.8, but really it's not far from these 3s. Like look at this, Starfire 3.09, 3.1, 4.45 for Parallax, 5.1 for Wonder Woman. So just to show you what those cards graphically look like, if you did not get the opportunity to vote, I'll throw those onto the screen here. No, I'm going into the wrong folder. So here's what you could vote from. And again, I posted these on the vote, and I'll post a link if you're watching this after the fact. I'll post a link and you can vote if you haven't already. Drop all of these onto here. How's everyone's evening going? Sound off. Let me know what you did today. My wife is watching through, or was watching through, a show. She was watching a show called Parenthood. Black Lantern, Superman, Batman, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Starfire. So like it messed up all the order. All right, so these are the only 3 that are missing. Populate those real quick. Pop those to the center. Bam. All right, so we have Parallax here. 6 cost. Has the global that everyone knows and loves. Most people just run the common. Doesn't really have a big punchy ability. Lantern Battery has a pretty good ability, which forces your opponent to pay a life per character they want to block with, which is pretty gross. A funny fact, funny story, this is also affiliated, which is kind of crazy. Black Lantern, Wonder Woman, KO all Wonder Woman dice, which is a weird way to write that. Weirder on zombies, of course. At the beginning of each player's turn, the player chooses non-blah blah blah and moves it to the use pile. If they cannot, they lose 2 life, which is pretty cool. 7 to get that, though, but it guarantees your life loss for your opponent. Superman, Black Lantern, Superman, KO all Superman, and then at the beginning of each turn, each player loses life equals the highest level of die they control, so that's just kind of a clock as well. Really, all of these bat guys were clocks. This one is loses a life when they purchase a non-Black Lantern guy, which is just about everything. Aquaman, beginning of each turn, the active player must move one of these to back to the card, a non-one of those, excuse me, back to the card, which is really cool. This is one of my favorite cards. Just seemed really cool to work around. And 7, you can still kind of get to it. Wonder Woman, you may redirect X damage based on how many numbers of shields you have in your reserve. Starfire, which was always a cool one. Late and great friend of mine used to put Starfire on his team, one of his favorite theme teams, the Teen Titans team, of course. When she attacks, deal 1 damage to the defending player for each active Teen Titan. So this was like the precursor to all of these really powerful super rares now, like Norman Osborn and Jubilee, stuff like that. This has a when attacks, though. Those were all when fielded. So, and the way that those all broke down again, looking at the chart, so we ended up with Lantern Battery and then Starfire, followed by, where'd it go? Yes, followed by Black Lantern Aquaman. So we all kind of agreed that one's pretty cool. And then followed by Parallax, Black Lantern Superman, Wonder Woman, but very close behind is Batman, and then rounding it out is Black Lantern Wonder Woman. So yeah, that's an interesting vote, because all of those are really middle of the pack. It's kind of cool to see that. Let's pop over from that point. Ooh, one misplay. Oh, that's frustrating. I know exactly what that's like, to know exactly what you did wrong and to just think about that. It's pretty cool. Pretty sad, I should say. Popping over and looking at the Amazing Spider-Man set, it does not get any clearer than what we saw a second ago. Maybe a little bit. These are a little further apart in margin, but really not by much. So let's take a look at these. Let me delete all of the old War of Light stuff. Go away. And then we'll drop these ones on the camera so you can see at home. You at home. Yes, you can see. And it always does this. I should just drop them in like one at a time. Kingpin, Iron Spider, Hulk, Green Goliath, Black Cat, Spider Girl, Venom, Morbius are the only three that did not drop in. For some reason, if you try to drop more than 5 pictures into OBS all at one time, it only takes 5. So if you try to drop 8 like I just did, it only takes 5. All right, looking at these are probably in backwards order, but that's cool. Venom, this is the really cool staggering symbiote art. This is the zombie one. When he attacks, you can pay 1 to force target character to block. Spider-Man must block Venom this turn if able, or ever, always. Spider-Girl, Underdog. The Underdog ability is really tough to trigger in general. When fielded, deal 1 damage to target opponent, which is kind of interesting. It's a 3-drop. 3/5/4. Look at that. That's not bad. Morbius, the 7 cost, is pretty cool. All of your villain characters with purchase cost 6 or more cost 2 less to purchase, and Spider-Man can't block. Okay, all of these have some sort of a Spider-Man tie. Well, not all of them, but a lot of them have Spider-Man ties because they were really trying to go for an inset flavor. I feel like this is, and you guys may agree, I'm not sure, this is really just the one that just dropped the ball. This set in particular, I really felt dropped the ball. They could have done some cool things with it. I think they tried, Underdog being a mechanic and just a lot of inset stuff, flavor, but it just didn't work for me at least. Kingpin, this is the zombie Kingpin that says while he's active, your sidekicks can't be blocked by sidekicks, and Spider-Man costs 2 extra, so this is kind of a pointless card. Can't be blocked by sidekicks, I guess is cool. Iron Spidey. Takes no combat damage, and anytime your opponent can use a global, they can pay 2 to ignore that. So he kind of takes no combat damage. Unfortunately, his die stats aren't very good. Let's use stat flip him. Hulk Warbound, this card's trash. Next up, we have Green Goblin, Rotting Goblin, which is a cool card. Damages your opponent for each sidekick that they have in their field zone, which is neat. It's like the opposite of Green Goblin from back in the day. And then Black Cat, probably the best of all of them. Well, a lot of people think. When fielded, target opponent must reroll all of their fielded characters. It's an underdog ability, but you can kind of make this work. It's a 5-drop, but the fact that they reroll their entire board is pretty gross and powerful. So that is the reason that we see Black Cat here with the highest score, not by much, because right behind it is that Spider Girl that is the when fielded effect as well. Then we have Green Goblin, Rotting Goblin, because it's the anti-Gobby and it does some serious damage if you can get it to go off. Venom following that. Actually, scratch that, not Venom. Morbius. So reducing the cost of your other expensive villains is pretty powerful. Then we have Venom. Then we round it out with Iron Spidey and Hulk. Hulk obviously is just a terrible card. And let's talk about why it's a terrible card just for a moment. Aftershock, okay? Aftershock is an ability that only triggers if your opponent, forces or brings about the removal of Hulk. So if they pull him off the field in any way, shape, or form. That does not mean that you can pull him off the field. So It's one of those abilities that your opponent really kind of does have control over. To a certain extent, you can influence them to do it or force them to remove him, but he's like a really high statted guy, a 7/9. So there's very limited ways of, your opponent forcing you to remove him, or you forcing your opponent to remove him. All players move their dice from their prep to their used. So what does that do for you? Like, really not much. I mean, if you don't have anything in prep, then that's great. But hopefully you do have something in prep, or at least more often than not, you kind of want to have something in prep. And so this is really just breaks the back. It's really terrible. This card's really, really bad. So yeah, this is how this breaks down. Your winner in this set is Black Cat. Your winner from the last one was, which one again? I forgot already. Your winner from the last one was Lantern Battery. So those are the top cards from the past, from these two sets. All right, so what does this mean? This means we are completely 100% done with ranking super rares from the modern age, okay? And what are we going to do now that we have these rankings? You guys tell me what you would find most interesting, okay? Would you find it more interesting to Would you find it more interesting to seed these as if they were in some sort of a massive tournament? Let's see, there's 8 per set, and then there are 12 sets. So do you want to go about ranking 96 cards like that? Like putting 96, like putting them in 4 quadrants. Let's see, what would that look like? Calculator. Do you want to do it that way? Do you want to put them in groups of 5 and just narrow them down that way? What are you guys talking about? Don't see it being OP. Does it cost too much? Yes, it does. Morbius does cost a lot. 7 cost for the ability to reduce everything 2. It's pretty poor. It's not. I mean, it's not the worst of the set, but it's still pretty bad. All right, so if we had 96 cards divided into 4 groups, you have 24 cards that you stack up against each other. That's a lot of cards. What if you put it in like 6 groups? Is there a better way to... Yeah, use 16 cards. Or we just like run them in... Do the 12 card... Top 12 versus bottom 12. Yeah, we could certainly do that. Or just go like 1 through 8. Top 1s, top 2s, top 3s. The only issue with doing a top 1s, top 2s, top 3s is, like the poor sets like Amazing Spider-Man, for example, since we just did that one. The one from Amazing Spider-Man is not better than the 2 from... I just throw a set out there. A lot of them, right? The 1 is not beating the 2, and yet we're giving the 1 a buy because it's the best from that set. And so I'm not sure if we want to do it that way, or if we want to like take the average score from all the sets and compare that, yeah, that's why it wouldn't work to determine second best, but it would still determine all-time best. Yes, it would. It would determine all-time best, and we can do that way. The question is, are you guys more interested in a complete comprehensive list of best to worst? Yeah, it's not better from the number 3 from Guardians of the Galaxy. Do you want a complete best to worst list, or do you just want to know the very best that Modern has to offer and the very worst that Modern has to offer? Do you care about only the outliers, the bookends, or do you want everything in between as well? Because I find it I'm a stat guy, so I find it super interesting, everything in between. It's up to you guys, though. And whoever's watching in the VOD after all of this is said and done, leave a comment as well. Do you want a complete comprehensive list that we do maybe 2 weeks or something like that? Or do you want to just go, all right, here's the top 12, here's the bottom 12, give me a best and a worst. So top 8 and top worst. Yeah, sure. And then make a team out of both. That would be interesting. And then I play it, and I play the worst one if I have it. That's the issue. You gotta have all of these things. What do you think about this haircut, you guys? It feels good. It's been a long time since I had a haircut. Oh my gosh. Like, I like this feeling on the side. I don't know if you can hear that. I've totally turned this channel into an ASMR channel. You probably can't hear that. Anyway, oh, everyone nominating their top 10 is a cool idea. I will pop over here so you can see the chat. Look at it go. You guys are talking and I love it. Next thing we're going to do while we're discussing what we want to do there, we'll come to a consensus maybe at the end of this episode, and or we'll come to a consensus, you know, through the comments on the video after it's posted to YouTube. All right. This is what I'm most excited for, just because I absolutely love the team pack that we've created. And I say we, and I mean we, because a lot of you guys, a lot of these cards are straight up suggestions from what you've thrown out there, and I love that. And you guys have such good ideas. Okay, Doombot. All right, we got to create 3 variants for Doombot. This is the art that we're gonna use for Doombot. There's not a lot of good Doombot art. I did my best to find one and then cut it into a place that will look good on the card. I tested out. This does look good on the card. So we need, first of all, we need a die base for Doombot, and preferably something with small stat lines so that we can, you know, put it as a low purchase cost character, because right now we've got 6 drops in the form of Doctor Doom, and we've got 10 and 12 drops in the form of Galactus. So if you're playing to the villain side of this, you kind of need a 2-drop or a 3-drop. So let's make him 2 drops or 3 drops. Give me a die base, something from a modern set, preferably one of the past 4 that we can use. You know, that I can take into Photoshop and make a nice version of the die, so I can upload it and, you know, use it on the card. So I'm gonna start looking as well, and we can kind of find some options. So do this with me. I'm looking in, let's see, what's the easiest set? Chwinga is an option. Chwinga is very low statted though. You got an 0-1 side, and that's kind of lame. There's Doppelganger though. Doppelganger's kind of cool. You guys want to use that one? Dungeons and Dragons, Tomb of Annihilation, Doppelganger. Has this symbol here. It's like the two-face thing. It kind of looks like a mask. It's got an 011, 122, 133 side. Yeah, I get that. But they have some punching power too. Right? They have some punching power too. If we go Chwinga, what's the stats on Chwinga? Chwinga is a 011, 111, and a 112. I kind of want to give a little bit of love to the bad guy side. I feel like there's so much synergy going on with the good guys. Ooh, Madam Hydra. Going back to the Deadpool set. Let's jump back there really quick. Madam Hydra Deadpool. I'm using my phone to check these because it's fast. Madam Hydra. Where are the stat lines? Ooh, a 4. Dude. Bravo to you. That didn't even cross my mind. A 4-2. I thought about Batiri Battlestack. I thought about that. But give it the common Kate Bishop ability. Oh, no, I haven't. We'll talk in a little bit. We will certainly talk. Guys, what do you think about this? Let me pull this up on the good old-fashioned internet. Why can't I type? Let's just go to, here, it's easier, Dice Coalition. You guys are, Dice Coalition's where it's at. Madame Hydra. Please tell me the picture comes up. Oh, no, it doesn't. Okay, Cool Stuff Inc. Cool Stuff Inc. has great stills. In the name of Hydra. Doesn't really matter which one of these we show. Let me pop this one onto the screen so you can see. You tell me if this is a good option. The screen went black. There it is. What do you guys think? Let's go big. Look at that. So the stat line, an 021, a 132, and a 142. I kind of like it. Now this is statted for a 4-drop. I think it's because of the ability. This is a 4-drop. The 4-2 side maybe pushing a 2-drop may push it a little bit. We don't have to pick 4. 4 feels expensive for this particular card, which is why this card doesn't really see any play or anything like that. Ooh, hello. But I think if we make this a 2-drop, does that stat line seem out of place? Not particularly. I'm not sold on the 142. It's punchy. It seems okay. I mean, like, so let's see. If we go with, what was the other suggestion? Elf Druid, Skeleton Key. Thought about those ones as well. Die design is pretty good. Elf Druid. This die looks like this. The stat line with a 2, 3, 4. Kind of a gross fielding cost on top. I'm okay with this though. What do you guys think? It's from a recent set too, and I like that. I like that you guys are throwing that out. Skeleton Key. Skeleton Key. The die, it kind of bothers me. That's weird that I have that like thing. Just the fact that it's a straight up skull. I mean, I guess it's not the worst thing in the world. You guys want to do this one? Let's see, it's a mask. Right now we have, let me double check what we have. Right now, in the team pack, we've got Doctor Doom, which is a mask, and Galactus is also a mask. Do we want to give a low drop mask? You guys tell me. Sword Agent. Kitty Pride stat line I think is good, but not the die face. Yeah. It's tricky, right? Because I want it to be super thematic, and I know you guys do too. And the die face matters, but so does the stat line. Okay. Sword Agent. Let's see what that one looks like. I've forgotten what that die looks like. Oh, yeah, type it like this. SWW. Oh, there it is. Yeah, this is okay. It's a fist. You guys care that it's a fist? Does anybody care that it's a fist? Jimmy Olsen, also green and cheap. What's the stat line on Jimmy Olsen? Let's look. Let's look at Jimmy Olsen. Should have clicked Signal Watch. That's the one. The camera. Ugh. A 2-3. That's not bad. Radioactive Man. I'm just gonna pick one. This is probably not from Dice Master. Oh, I guessed correctly. Oh, it's a 4-4. Ew. Can't make a 4-4 a 2-drop. This is not multiple man. Or I guess technically it kind of is, because it's Doombots and they're everywhere, right? There's a ton of them. All right, so out of everything we've seen, throw something down in chat what you like the most. Madam, you're buffering. Uh-oh. I seem good. Doesn't look like I'm dropping anything. 0 frames dropped, so maybe it's just you. Sorry. All right, if I have to pick from all of this stuff that has been shown thus far, Sword Agent. Let's go back to Sword Agent. I mean, I can live with that. I kind of liked, so who said the argument of shield energy? Who said this one? If Doom is a mask, his goons should also be masks. I kind of like that. Do you guys agree, or do you just want like a decent stat line that's not broken? Like Skeleton Key is a mask. It's got a skeleton on it with skull on it. You got your mask character that way. Yes or no? Shield energy. Thinking. I wanna wait to hear what you guys think. Either of those are good. That's 2 for yep. Let me get one more yep. Get one more dirt golem for good measure. Anybody? Anybody want to throw out a yes or no? I kind of like it. I'm going to throw out a yep just because I kind of like it. I think it works. And you get a 3-3, which is cool. 3-3 is pretty good. All right, so that's our die base. Pop, goodbye. We're making Doombot, so give me 3 abilities. Really just give me any ability that you think makes a cool Doombot character. That's very thematic, but also could be powerful. It's up to you if we want it to be powerful. I don't mind either way, really. Let me put this in the notes right here. Last cards. Doombot. I'm assuming we're going to start with a 2-drop, but I may change that if it's a 3-drop. Okay. Tell me what you think. What should a Doombot do? I just wish it had 2 free sides. Yeah, that'd be best, but when fielded with Dr. Doom in the field, purchase next Doombot for free and put it in the bag with Swarm. So give it Swarm and then say when fielded, if Dr. Doom is active, purchase another Doombot for free and put it in the bag. That is really powerful for 2. For 3, we can make that for 3. I guess we could make it for 2. What do you guys think? When fielded, it only has Swarm while Dr. Doom is active. Want to make it a 1-drop then? Or it's just a 2-drop. A 2-drop, it doesn't have Swarm. Purchase cost 0, Common Cape Bishop ability. Yes to what? Yes, 1-drop or yes, just keep as is. I'm gonna write yours down because I think that's cool, Chris. When fielded, while Dr. I guess if. I'll have to look that up if it's if. Well, Dr. Doom is active. Purchase a Doombot die for free and add it to your bag. Giving it Swarm seems really powerful. That's why maybe making it a 3-drop is better. I don't know. Let's see what you guys think. I guess it's only really powerful if you have both, which is a 6-drop. Yes to 1-drop for it only has Swarm while Dr. Doom is active. How would I say that? Yes. Dr. Doom is active. Your Doombot dice gain Swarm. I think is how it's phrased on the Dark Entropy card. While Doombot is active, Dr. Doom costs 1 less. Doombots get +1/+1 while Dr. Doom is active. That's cool. Is that a 2-drop? Or a 3-drop? That's a 2-drop. While Dr. Doom is active. Dr. Doom costs 1 less. And then Doombot gets +1/+1. See, you guys have good ideas. Look at this. We're like, we could pick and choose. While Dr. Doom is active. Boom. Look at all these abilities. So all robots that are now identified as Doombots are exact physical and mental replicas of the original Victor Von Doom. I feel like this text should be considered this. I feel like his text should consider this in some way. So all robot. What does that mean? Doombot is unblockable. It's a cool idea. Someone said infiltrate. That's a cool idea. While Dr. Doombot is active, while Dr. Doom is active, Doombot gains infiltrate. Just copy pasting from the description of the card. Okay, gotcha. I understand. Maybe you can make like a 3-drop and say, while Dr. Doom is active. How would you do that? Copy the stat line of Dr. Doom. Doombot dice have the same stat line as Dr. Doom, like that. Then if you buff Dr. Doom, then the stat lines of all of the Doombots get buffed as well. See, these are 4 options. Let me throw this on the screen so you can see where we're at. I think I do window capture here, and I think I hit OK, and then the screen goes black and everyone panics. Panic. Panic. There we go. All right, so formatting. Don't mind that. Yay or nay? Like, what do you guys think to these? Give me opinions and thoughts on the 2-drop to 3-drop. Yes, it is insane. It would be broken. It would be like Doppelganger. Word it like Doppelganger. Both Doombots have no dice limit. You can buy as many as you want. Wild Doctor. But how do you bring that many? Plus, no, I guess, yeah, you could definitely do that. So this is a 3-drop. See, I put 3-drop. While Dr. Doom is active, Doombot dice have the same stat line as Dr. Doom. So a 3-drop isn't as bad as a 2-drop. I kind of like that one. Give me, you got any more? Lay me a few more. Throw a couple more down. Doombots have no dice limit. I want to know what that means. The damage of a 7-drop, a 6-drop. I like, if it were me, my top 3, I like this one as a 3-drop. I like this one. Is this 2-drop worthy, or is this a little too cheap? Makes your 6-drop a 5-drop. Did we make a Dr. Doom that's a 5-drop? It would make your 5-drop a 4-drop. Yeah, we did. Which is pretty gross. Ooh, yeah, that's really gross. The combo that we have there. While Dr. Doom is active, your Doombot dice gains Swarm as a 1-drop. This seems cool. All of these seem cool. 2-drop Swarm. When fielded while Dr. Doom is active, purchase a Doombot die for free and add to your back. I would say if Dr. Doom is active. Or actually, you would flip this. You would say while Dr. Doom is active, when fielded. So this is a 2-drop that while Dr. Doom's out there, every time you field a Doombot, you get to purchase one for free and add it to your bag to set up Swarm. That seems really strong. I like the 1-drop. Do a second one as Infiltrate instead of Swarm. Okay, so this one could be Infiltrate. Gain Infiltrate. I'm cool with that. That's really interesting. That's a lot to explain on a card. It means that you buy as many Doombot dice as you want. You purchase them from out of the game, and they don't count in your starting dice limit. Keep the Swarm one as well. So you want 5, but we only have room for 3. What if they gained both Swarm and Infiltrate? And we made it like a 3-drop. Or a 2-drop. That's broken. 1 free Doombot per turn. What do you mean? Oh, you just get a free one per turn? I vote the 2 1-drops and the second 2-drop. 2 1-drops and the second 2-drop. This one? I like this one. I don't know. I want to keep this 3-drop because the stat line makes sense as a 3/3. And this, you play a 3-drop, it incentivizes you to get Dr. Doom and then prey on the stat line that we have created for Dr. Doom, which is a 5/5, 6/6, and 7/7. Because keep in mind, here's Dr. Doom. Let me see if I can get this out of the way. Boom, there's Dr. Doom. Here's his stat line. So he's a 5/5, 6/6, 7/7. He is a 6-drop. But there is a version. And let me just kind of remove this one. So that's the first one, is sacrifice a character die. There's this one, which KO a Doombot die to deal 3 damage to a target opposing character die. Which if you have a bunch in there, like via Swarm, then you can do this multiple times a turn, which is cool. Oh, we should talk about if we want to change the max die limit as well. And then there's this one, which is a 5-drop, and this one has like a lot of room for shenanigans. While he is active, when a Doombot is fielded, you may use a global ability for free, which is crazy cool. The first 2-drop, when fielded with Dr. Doom is in the field, the first Doombot purchased this turn is free and added to the bag. What about him? God, Dr. Doom costs 1 less for each Doombot in the field. Oh, that would be so crazy. Yeah, it's true. The team pack does have a 2-cost Fist with Swarm and Infiltrate on it. That's pretty crazy, too. You need one without him? No handcuff? That just seems... it seems like we would want a handcuff, right? That encourages you to play Dr. Doom, which is a big drop. If we didn't... Let me pull this back up so I can see it. Purchase a Doombot die for free and enter your bag. Let's see. So if we were to do one that doesn't have Dr. Doom involved... You guys don't seem to care about this one, which is fine, so we can nix that one. Let's just combine those and make it a 2-drop. Swarm and Infiltrate seems cool. I like this. This is cool. It's like a combination of Battery Battle Stack and a discount on a 6-drop. I think these 3 seem good. This one almost... Well, all of these are really powerful now. All right, so if you're playing against this, does it make you angry how, powerful all of these feel? I think we need to do... Yeah, I don't know. I kind of like the idea of all of them connecting to Dr. Doom. Especially if you're sitting down as the villain side of this thing. So, like, I'm sitting down with this powerful 2-drop that has Swarm as a 2-drop, which we know is pretty good. Because Swarm is a little slow, but you have a 2-drop, so it works. While Dr. Doom is active, when fielded, purchase a Doombot die for free. So that one's okay, because you're looking to buy your Swarm up first. And so you'll get a little bit of benefit after you've, bought 2, maybe. You buy the other 2 for free. Unless we change the max die limit. You guys want to change the max die? Last one, maybe a 3-drop. Yeah, I kind of think so too. While he's active, Dr. Doom costs 1 less, and then while active, Doombot gets plus, yeah. So while Dr. Doom is active... Oh, this should say while Dr. Doom is active, Dr. Doom costs 1 less. That doesn't make any sense. While Doombot is active? What was the ability here? Someone read this. Let's do it. We'll make this a max 6. Max 6. There you go. Just for you, Chris. I'm fine with it. No skin off my teeth. I don't need to balance. I don't even work for WizKids. Maybe all 3 should be 3-drops. I mean, we could make them all 3-3-drops. A 3-drop Swarm is just terrible. We could say Swarm. To balance this out, we could say Dr. Doom cost 1 more while active. Multiple Man is a 2-drop. The super rare Multiple Man, the good one, is a 2-drop. Thoughts, opinions, throw them out there. Cost 1 less for each one of your Doombot dice. Okay, so if you want to put that one in, which one do you take out? So here are the 3. If you're going to take 1 out, pick 1. If you're going to put 1 in, take 1 out. Now you have me going back and looking at Multiple Man just to make sure. He was a 5-drop, right? Or he was a 5, max 5? No, he's a max 6. Take the last one out? Oh, gotcha. My bad. I'm sorry. So this says... for each of your active Doombot dice. So that's interesting. Well, it's not swarm though. I mean, we could take off this portion and then, but, well, no, this is a 2-drop. This seems good, actually. That seems like a solid 2-drop. So you got a bunch of 3/3s out there that you have to kind of work to get out. If you get 2 out, then you have a 3-drop based on that 5 cost Doctor Doom. You have a 3-drop Doctor Doom, and you have a couple 4/4s. That seems powerful, but doesn't seem like gross. Doesn't make me uncomfortable. So I don't mind that. Seems insane. Max die 3 for the 3rd one. I don't know. I'm not really bothered by it, honestly. Like, thinking through here. Yeah. The common was a 3-drop. So, okay, this does not have swarm. Let's just kind of, like, regroup for just a moment. Let's pop this back onto the screen, if I can. All right, so let's pretend this is the stat line, right? This is a 2-drop. This does not have swarm. So if you're paying for multiple 2-drops, you're paying for them with the express purpose of reducing the cost of, I don't know, say this one, right? This 5-drop. So you're spending 4 energy to essentially make this guy 2 cheaper and give a +2/+2 to your board, because you're buffing each of those active Doombots +1/+1. That doesn't seem broken to me, right? So you field 3 of these guys. This guy costs 2. Okay, that's pretty powerful, but you've spent 6 energy plus, you know, hoping that you don't have to pay fielding cost. 6 energy, this is a 2-drop again, to get this guy for 2 and to buff your board by 6 stats. I mean, you kind of invested in it, right? Does that seem broken? That seems okay to me. I mean, that's totally theory. It could be totally broken in practice, but that seems okay. So I'm not terribly bothered by that. The 2-drop while Doctor Doom is active, your Doombot dice gain Infiltrate and Swarm. So you have to have a 6-drop out or a 5-drop before they gain Infiltrate and Swarm. So you're buying that 6-drop first, and then they're getting the benefit. Does that seem too slow, or is that fair? Ryan's, how about instead for each die, it just lowers the purchase and fielding cost by 1? How about if instead for each die, even the buffs, it lowers the purchase and fielding cost by 1? Makes Dr. Doom field for free on 2 faces. Lowers the purchase and fielding cost by 1. So it's doing both then. So what you're saying is if you have, oops, no, I messed that up. Oops. If you have 2 of these guys out, then it lowers his purchase cost and it lowers his fielding cost, so he fields for free on... If you have 2 of these guys, he fields for free on both. Is that kind of what you're getting at? Oh, if you have 1 active, I see what you're saying. So if you have 1 active, one of these Doombot dice active, then he fields for free on 2 sides, and he's a 4-drop or a 5-drop. I feel like I would immediately run one of the other 2. That's what I feel like. I feel like I would immediately run one of the other 2. Whereas in this setup, let me pull this back over. I feel like, oh, I made it bigger. That's why, I guess. Oops. Doesn't fit. Yeah, it does. I feel like in this instance, I would actually consider running that one. I would consider running the 2-drop Swarm while Doctor Doom is active when fielded purchase a Doombot, because it just ramps it up without having to buy a bunch of multiple min dice. Those feel like a dogfight for first for me, and then the while Doctor Doom is active, your Doombot dice game Infiltrate and Swarm seems okay. 2-drop with Infiltrate and Swarm. What if you made that a 1-drop? Then all 3 of these would be really, I mean, really cool. Like if this is a 1-drop. And we've had a 1-drop in the game before. Oh God, what was the jar called? I feel like that's not it. I can't remember the name of this stupid jar. Guys, help me out. What was the name of the jar from the Yu-Gi-Oh set that everyone ran? I can't think of it. I can't think of it. Morphing jar. Duh. My brain said mystic jar. That's not it. It's morphing jar. Jar. Canopic jar. All-seeing eye. Canopic jar. He didn't have a an ability. Look how tiny this screen is. Let me see if I can pull this up for you. Boop. So 1-drop mask character, a 2/1, 2/2, and a 4/3. He had a 4/3 side, guys. That's insane. A 1/4/3. So if we made this a 1-drop, then you would be looking at a 2/1, a 3/2, and a 3/3. 1-drop with a pretty solid ability. Agreed. So with the Doctor Doom active restriction, 1-drop is good. So while Doctor Doom is active, yeah, I agree. I think these are the 3 guys. I think you guys came up with some good ones. I had literally no dog in the fight with regards to Doombot. I was totally open to what you guys wanted or what you guys suggested. I think these are awesome. Very well done. Congratulations. It's time for the man, the myth, the legend, the silver dude, played by Lawrence Fishburne. Lawrence Fishburne. I don't know how you want to say that. In the movies. In the movie. All right. Silver Surfer. He's going to be a bad guy. So one of these subtitles is 100% going to be Herald of Galactus. So like... And just a reminder, that's totally a subtitle. If you guys have other subtitles, he can be like a 4-drop or a 3-drop is what we're looking at. Because then we have a 1 or a 2-drop, then we have a 3 or a 4-drop, then we have a 5 and a 6-drop, and we've got a 10 and a 12-drop, which still makes me laugh every time we talk about it. I know, right? It is. Those are all 3 good cards, and they're all 3 strong. I wonder if they're too strong for the Fantastic Four. I don't know. I'll have to relook at those power levels of those cards and see if we need to up them just a pinch before I send them off to the printer, which is totally what I'm going to do. We'll talk about after we hack through Silver Surfer. All right, Silver Surfer should be a flip card, villain on one, blank affiliation on the other. I can totally do that. Actually, scratch that. No, I can't because of the way that I'm going to print these. I can't do... oh, I guess I could. Yeah, no, we'll tuck away one flip card and just like one flip ability, and we'll kind of save it just in case I am able to print these double-sided. And I mean, I have a place that I'm printing them double-sided, but still it's one of those things that it may or may not work. Maybe a little too expensive. One that moves Galactus from used or bag to prep seems good. Man, oh, okay, you ready? Here we go. I don't care what drop, some drop. You guys tell me what you think this is. Wait, hold on. I want to make sure I phrase this the best way possible so you guys get the maximum impact. Some of you may know where I'm going with this. You may. Oh, come on. Where's the right wording? I want to make sure I get this right. There we go. When come on. Please tell me you see that and the stream just didn't crash from the amazingness of that. Come on. I think that I don't care if so I have acquiesced and I'm totally fine with every single thing that we have suggested. I love the ideas that you've given, but please let me have this one. Let me have this one. I want this ability to exist. I want anytime that you would lose life from an ability, for you to gain that life instead, and then when you should lose life, or when you should gain life, you lose it instead. I think that's an amazing ability. No one? Crickets? Okay, like one person. All of a sudden, Kate Bishop is amazing. Thank you. See, that's the way to do it right there. Give me a price for this. What do you value this at? A 4-drop? That seems good. When you would. I think it would say when you would. And it's lose life. It's not take damage. I just think this is too cool. A 5-drop. Why a 5-drop? I think 4 makes a sense. A 5 or a 6. On that card, it is a 5 or a 1-drop. If you pay 5, add it to prep. 1 goes to used. On this card? That would be interesting. That's an interesting idea. Depends on the stats. Ooh, very good point. Hey, we need a die face for this. We should... Hey, did I pick a die? No, I did not pick a die. Let's pick a die. Help me pick a die. What's a good die for good old-fashioned Silver Surfer here? Stat-wise. We need something in a 3 to 4 drop range. Let's kind of go like this. I'm just going to punch in 3 to 4. We're going to say... No, not affiliation. Oops. Modern age... Not golden era. Modern age. We're going to make it a character... We're going to, let's see, what's the best way to, so we can sort out the energy type. We've done 3 mask characters. Let's make this one not a mask, like a bolt maybe? What do you guys think? Bolt, or what's a good energy type that we want to go with? Something with a burst effect? A burst effect would be cool. That's a good idea. Let me do this so you can see what I'm doing. There. All right, I've narrowed things down a little bit. Yanti Abomination looks like a bit like Silver Surfer. Ooh, let's take a look. He's a fist, I think. And this would be here. Abomination. What? I guess he's not a fist. What is he? Oh, he's not a 3 or 4 drop. Yeah. He's like a 6, 3 to 6. Yuan-Ti. I can kind of see that. Those dye colors are really strange, though. Really strange dye colors for the Silver Surfer. Owlman. I thought Owlman, too. A Bolt character. You guys like a Bolt character? We'll go like... we can keep it within this range. Like 3 to 6 is fine. Let's see. What Bolt characters fit this? Loki, Malekith. I can almost buy Malekith. A 3/6 is this interesting stat line. Fandral, no. Ragnarok, no. Why is that? He's at 6. Oh, yeah. A Sararak, no. Basilisk, no. Frost Giant. It almost looks like a board. Almost. But that is huge stat line. Yeah, no. Stranglborn. That's not bad. Iceman. That's actually not a bad idea. You guys want Iceman? A 4/6 on top? Human Outlander has a burst. Let me look that one up. I don't remember what the picture... Oh, it's the same one as Gnome Ranger, right? Come on. Yeah, same picture as Gnome Ranger. I mean, I'm okay sacrificing like 1 picture if we really like it. Dark Side is just silly because it's got like a 7/7 on top. No. I guess we have our 1-drop, right? Or our 2-drop in the form of Doombots. Someone suggested something else. Iceman was a bolt. Yep. I like this one. Do you guys like this one? It seems good. Seems okay. It's easy for me to sketch out and pop in too. Let's do this one. It doesn't have a burst side though. Oh, ASM. I don't know if I want to go all the way back to ASM. It fits so well though. Dang. That fits really well. Everyone's got to like go by ASM. Let me look really quick. What are, well, we did do Invisible Woman's Favorite Under Siege is Ghost, so they have to go back. If you want to play them, you have to go back and dig through that. Like, you guys want to do this one? Take your pick. Either this one or this one. All right, so ASM or, I'll make sure you can see this, ASM or X-Men First Class. Vote in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me your opinion so we can get going. ASM from one person. So that means this one. It is too perfect, isn't it? It's pretty perfect. Look at this. There's a 3-drop. There's a 5-drop version. I'm willing to go dig out my stupid ASM dice because that does fit so well. X-Men First Class for convenience and ease. It is convenient and easy. I mean, it is convenient and easy. I'm not lying. Either way, you're looking at a 2-4, 3-6, and a 4-6, and both have the 1 fielding cost all the way across. So no matter what I end up using for the die base, that's the stat line. So based on that, looking at this, thoughts. 4-drop? A 4-6 when you lose life, gain it instead. When you gain life, lose. This seems passive enough, especially because we did not do what I originally thought way back before when I thought of this ability. I wanted to make one of the Doombots basically a carbon copy of Kate Bishop so that you can just heal up, which I think would be cool. But there's no way in set to trigger this. So this becomes like pointless in set without one of these being a lose life, which kind of stinks. Do you want to make it lose life or pay life? What do you mean? You're not going to use the ASM Iceman as himself? Yondu. No, we already have a Yondu. Or actually, I shouldn't tell you that. That's a secret. We don't have a Yondu. Not even a little bit. It's not a promo card I created. What? But yes, we cannot use the Yondu die. For reasons. Make it lose or pay life. Anytime you would pay life, gain it instead. Well, we don't have anything to combo with that, so. Lose or pay life. Let me think. What kind of things have pay life? All. Oops. Stop. Not gender. I don't. Modern era. Sure. Sure. Pay life. Life. Agent X, pay life to draw a die and roll it. Pay 2 life to... Yeah, there's a few. Pay 2 life to prevent. Yeah, there's a lot. I guess that... Does that count as losing life? Ooh, Mr. Freeze, Lissa Drac. Those are both interesting. Are you talking die faces? Mr. Freeze. Let me see. Pay 2 energy. Are you talking stun tokens? Stun tokens pay energy. Yeah, Lissa Drac does have to pay life too. Yeah, there's a lot. Pay is not lose. Yeah. What if we just made it lose? Anytime you would pay or lose life. Lose or pay life, gain it instead. When you would gain life, lose it instead. Yeah. I like this card for constructed. I don't know. Obviously, we don't have an ability that fits it. I wish we did. But I don't... Honestly, I don't want to retroactively change any of these Doombot abilities. These are all too cool. Now I think we'll go with. I think we will go with the Iceman die, the ASM one. That's what most people said. All right, give me some other Silver Surfer abilities. Somebody said something up here, but that was a while back. Let me look, see if I can find it. One that moves Galactus from the used ore bag to prep. While active, your opponent cannot declare attackers. That's interesting. While active, get 1 global for free each turn. We already kind of have that. When fielded, choose 1. All players move all their sidekick dice from their field zone to the use pile, or all players move all their sidekick dice in their use pile to their field zone. That's cool. That's cool. Do we like that? See you, Ryan. Have a good one. While Galactus is active, when Silver Surfer is fielded, capture target opponent until your next turn. That one got me. I was like to the bottom of the sentence. You may start the game with a Silver Surfer die in the field zone. If you do, pay 5 life per die. No, that seems really broken. I like your first one, though. When fielded, choose 1. That seems cool. It harkens back to those old school Red Skull dice from Age of Ultron. Now I just got to go hunt and find that comment again. This one. Copying and pasting this is going to make this thing break. 5 drop. When fielded, choose 1. All players move all their sidekick dice, or all players move all. Yeah, this. Let me just hit it. Return there. Oops. This is a cool ability. Let's take the burst face off because we didn't add to die with burst. We'll pretend that says field and not filed. There. And I'll fix the formatting. What do you guys think about that ability? I think that's really cool. Start the game. Yep. I think we need a while Galactus is active one, or something that makes Galactus, free to field or cheaper, or something that pulls Galactus. So something like this. While Sil is active, when give Galactus impulse field Galactus, like that, and then this thing pops up and I'll hit OK anyway. So what this does is it makes these Galactus ones that are all when fielded abilities really strong. When fielded, reduce your opponent's life to 1. You just win the game. I mean, if you can both get a Silver Surfer in the field and then buy a Galactus, he gains impulse and then just immediately comes out, gets the when fielded trigger, and it's super, super powerful and you win. But then, I mean, in order to do that, you've invested, like we make this guy a 5 drop. You make a 17 energy just to do that. It's pretty broken though. This one, Overcrush, when fielded, they get their opponents, or they get their life set to 20, and most likely you have less life than them, and so you have a 19-19 Overcrush, which is gross. You just win. And then this one, when fielded, return all purchase. So your own Silver Surfer would go. Seems good as well. Oh, dang. No, I just did a dumb thing. There we go. Cool. Oh, no. I like this. What do you guys think about while Silver Surfer is active, give Galactus Impulse? What's a fun one? That's a fun one on the 5-drop. When fielded. Oh, yeah, the sidekick thing. Yeah, I think so, too. What do you guys think about this, then? 5-drop. It means you have to find a way to get either 15 or 17 energy in set. Okay, if you do it on the level 1 phase, you could do that. You could say, at the start of the game, you may choose to place a Silver Surfer die in your field zone at level 1. If you do, lose 5 life. Something like that. So that could be an ability. I think the impulse one is really, really broken. Not broken, but really powerful. Maybe worth a 6-drop just for that reason. But I think it's really good still. 5-drop's probably good. If you can find a way to go 5-drop into 10-drop or 12-drop, then you probably deserve to win the game. Probably. There's so many ways to counter when fielded effects that it just doesn't feel as powerful unless you have something like this. This would be Galactus Gains. That's the way to phrase that. When fielded, choose one. All players move all of their sidekick dice. Sidekick character dice. Move all sidekick character dice from their field zone to their used pile. To their used piles, or all players move all sidekick dice in their used pile to their field zone. I think that's the way to phrase that. Save this. Give the Surfer a blanking ability. The impulse ability is pretty good. A blanking ability would be cool, but it would be the only blanking ability you'd have access to. And if you're playing this good guys versus bad guys, then that basically just means you win. It's just really powerful. What's the first one? Yeah, the gain and lose. We can, hey, guys, I will say this. We can nix this if we want. If you guys want, because it doesn't play in set. It makes me sad to nix it, but it doesn't play in set. I would weep a little bit. But it's not about what I want. It's about what you guys want. So throw me out one additional ability. Yeah, you have to, yeah, that's a good on their level 1 face because, well, actually, no, it wouldn't matter because they're not sidekick when, they're not sidekick, allies are not sidekicks when they're in the use pile. So you don't even need to specify. Yeah. No need. No need. Well, active Surfer blanks a target character and imitates that character. Correct. Well done. Yes. I'm cool with printing this card just for the meta shenanigans that you could do with it, just to casual games, because obviously you can't run these in tournaments because they're custom. But for shenanigans, this seems fun. Let's just do these. Sorry about this one. Bop. I think these ones fit, right? This kind of ties with Galactus. This one's just a fun, interesting ability. Really Silver Surfer here has a lot of like constructed potential, which is kind of interesting. He's all about that constructed. Kind of cool. Bow. There he is. Unless you guys shout out something else. Blanks a character and imitates him. That's a little silly. That's a little silly. All right, so I'm going to go with these. If you have an idea, if you're watching this after the fact, let's pretend that you're Laurier and you're watching this after the fact like he said he was going to do. And if he's not, then I'm calling him out. No. And you are like, hey, this should be an ability. I have not printed these yet, and I'm still going to be hacking out the syntax and the rules understanding of all of these cards, including the old ones. So throw out a cool ability, and I'll see if I can work that in based on dropping an old ability. It doesn't even have to be for one of these cards that we've talked about. It could be for a character from the Fantastic Four side of the thing. So Invisible Woman, Human Torch, Thing, or Mr. Fantastic. I think all of those are really cool abilities as well. So feel free to leave a comment with I like this, I like that, and I want to add this to it. So before we go, let me say this. We are done with the Fantastic Four team pack, which means I am going to finish up, as I said, the formatting of all of these cards, and then I'm going to send it over to, I think ArtsCow is a website that was suggested to me. I'm going to send it over to ArtsCow, and I'm going to have them print out, I haven't decided how many yet. There's 24 cards in a set, in one of these team packs, because there's 3 variants for 8 cards. 8 times 3 is math. There's 52 cards in a deck. 24 times... Well, let's do this. 52 times 2. Pow. Divided by 24. If I buy 2 decks, then I can get 4 sets of these, plus a little bit. If I buy 3 decks... I'm going to take these, I'm going to print these out on actual cards, and then, so once I have these printed out, let's see how many sets I can get. If I buy 3 decks, divided by, no, what? 52 times 3 divided by 4. Oh, that's probably good. I can get 6 packs of these, okay? I can get 6, right? I'm going to keep 1 so that I can, make videos with it and stuff. That means I have 5 packs. I'm going to have 5 packs to give away. I may claim 1 for someone who's going to help me, if anyone wants to help me format these specifically. I have some people in mind. I may claim 1 for that. That leaves me either 4 or 5, depending. Just 4 or 5 of them to give away to you guys. My money, I print it. I just send it to you. No, you can't pay for it. Ooh, I should say that. No, I cannot make any money whatsoever on this. If I do, I'll get a cease and desist from WizKids and they'll hate me forever. I think they already hate me forever, but who cares, right? So no, I cannot make any money off this. I'm just gonna straight up give them to people. I'll do like it'll be a fun little giveaway. I'll put up a little spinny wheel on the screen. I'll click the button and it'll spin. And then it'll land on someone's name, and I'll say, you get it. And then if that person doesn't, and this is important, if that person doesn't respond with, here's my address, and thank you, then no, it's not a lottery, okay? You're not entering, you're not buying a ticket, okay? At which point, if that person doesn't get back to me and say, yes, I will take one, then I send it to the next person. I'll roll it again off camera or something. What do you guys think? You guys interested in doing that? You guys want to... You want to get some free cards that we designed together as a family, as a group? I hope so, because that's what I'm going to do whether you like it or not. Suck it up. Deal with it. That's the... Oh, and the other thing, I should say this. Okay, I don't know if I want to spoil all of them. I'll spoil... No. I'll spoil one of them. Yeah, we'll say that you have to be at the community stream during the community stream for that one for you to be entered. Sure. Okay, so 52 cards, but I buy like 4 decks, or no, I think it was 3 decks. leaves me with cards left over, which means within each of the 5 that I give away, I'm going to tuck a few promo cards in. Okay. I'm not going to spoil all of the promo cards that I have designed, and I still have like 1 or 2 to design. I will spoil 1. If I mean, you guys already probably saw. If you didn't, I'll spoil 2. We'll do that. We'll do 2. If you did not already see the conversation about, stop it. Okay, it's dinging at me. That I posted this picture that I posted, this card I was designing, and like how best to word it. This is one of the cards that you may or may not get if you win one of these little packs. Okay, so what I'm saying is blind pack opening is not dead, because I'm going to randomly, not randomly, but I'm going to put, you know, like this card and one other card out of the possible 5 that you could get, out of the 5 promos that you could get. I'm going to put like this card and one other into your pack if you win it. So maybe you get the Ultimate Nullifier, and it says it's a 4-cost action that's based on the Nova Core die, and it says opposing character cards have no text while this is active because it's continuous, and then when it is used, each player selects one of their cards and removes it from the game. Any active dice from that can't attack or block. And there's a global that says pay 3, cancel the effect of an action die, so they can cancel this, you know, on the turn you play it. But it kills a little bit of their ramp because they have to save 3, and it sends it to your bag. So that means you could you could roll it again next turn, which is pretty cool. This is really powerful. I may change it still. I haven't decided. Have to open it? Yes. Okay, Dirt Golem is one of them. You figured it out. Dirt Golem is one of them. It's a modified freaking Dirt Golem. You get the picture. Okay, I'll show one more. And maybe I'll design more if you guys throw out ideas. So Ultimate Nullifier is one of them. I'll show you one more, and I'll just show it for just a second. And it's the reason we can't use Yondu. Where'd I put him? Uh-oh, maybe I won't show it. Maybe I have to recreate it from scratch. Oh, I worked on the... Oh, here we go. We'll just pop it on there real fast. So... there you go. There he was. So those are your options. You could win that card too. What did you guys think about that one? Anyone see it? Oh, there it was again. I like that card. That card's really cool. I hope someone wins that card. We don't see it. I know. I know. That's the joke. There it is. See the card? It exists. It's on the screen for just a moment. If you're not paying attention, you could miss it. All right, I'll show you. It's too cool. It's too cool. Here you go. Just soak that one in for a minute. Just breathe it in. Just breathe that in right there. 5-drop. That's a 5-drop. That's a 5-drop. You could get that one too. Yeah, exactly. You could pause the recording. All right, so I have a couple others that I won't show you. One of them is an action die. One of them is a basic action, which is pretty cool. So I'll tuck those in as well, and then I'll give out 5. We'll just make it 5. I don't know if we'll do that next week. I have to I've got a lot of stuff to do. I've got someone left a comment on a video. I've got like some design work to do. I've got to like write some music. I got like a video that I need to make. That one's way up there. I have like 2 videos. I have a bunch of YouTube videos for DM Armada that I still haven't, like uploaded, of games that I've played. There's like a laundry list of stuff I got to do still. I should probably be doing that. Yeah. I'll do that. I'll do that anyway. So this will either happen this week or next week, like this coming week or the following week. Looking at the schedule. Oh, is it Easter coming up? I have no idea where we are in the calendar. I don't remember what happened to March, but it's like not here anymore. And I don't get that. I don't understand. Easter's in 2 weeks. Guys, we're probably not going to have an Easter Sunday stream. We starting a new set next week? Yeah, probably. I'll announce what we'll do next week. Well, we will do one next week. We'll definitely do one next week. We're definitely going to include the probably the best and the worst super rare rankings. That's the one you guys wanted. So we'll do a best and the worst super rare rankings and go from there. I'll figure out how to best do that. I'll look up statistics and stuff. If you have ideas on how to take the sort of top echelon, the upper echelon of cards, smash them together, come up with the best, take the bottom echelon and smash them together. If you have an idea of that, like, because obviously the Guardians of the Galaxy 2 second rated highest card is way better than the first rated highest card from ASM. So if you have an idea of ways to balance that out, let me know, and I'll go from there. 2 weeks from now is Easter. We'll talk about what we're going to do there. Chris is reminding me that we're going to do a tournament. I'm actually going to drop some... I may just do this early. Well, no, I got a lot of stuff to do. I may just wait till when you said, Chris. We'll see. Nevertheless, I hope you guys had a good time hanging out with me. It seems like everyone was sort of engaged, and I like that because I like hanging out with you guys. I hope that you have a good rest of whatever's left of this Monday because it's like 10:30 already. But as always, I enjoyed myself, and I hope you guys did too. I'll see you guys next time.